Hello my dear students, today I will start some new chapters of your sociology subjects, culture and the socializations. If I am saying here, the society that defines the wave of the social relationship. Here all the humans, they were connected to their cultures. Taylor defines culture as the complex which includes knowledge, belief, arts, morals, law, customs and other capabilities to habits acquired by a man as a member of society. According to the Taylor, a man who acquires belief, art, culture, practice, from the society. That is said the human's relationship between the society is interacted. It is also said the culture is also imbibed, connected to the society. Culture is correlating to their human's behavior. Slide Clutch defines culture is as total way of life. Another way, Clyde's Cluck. K-L-U-C-K, Cluck. He defines it is a way of life. This is known as the culture, where we are starting our life with smoothly, then it is said. So it is said, according to the clerk, it is a total way of life, where we are learning, where we are understanding, where we are observing the aspects of the life. Then it is said the culture consists all of learns and a shared way of thinking, feelings and doing. It is a lens through which we perceive and evaluate the world. Where we are living, it's around us, that is known as atmosphere, which consists a society and their culture. It affects everything that we think or do or feel. So, if I am saying what are the characteristics of the culture? If I am saying it is a way of thinking, feelings and believing. It is a way of thinking, believing and feeling. Where we are observing, where we are practices on that particular aspects, then it is said that is my believing systems. What we feel from the society, that is said what we observe from the society, and what we think about the society, that is also way of life. Second way, it is a way of life, it is also said by the clerk, it is a way of life. Next term, it is transmitted from generation to generation, where we achieve a lot of cultures, where we achieve a lot of knowledge, then you are getting from my sides. Then I am providing to you our cultures. Then you aspirate to see the human beings and observe their cultures, and this was the inspiration is also said that is the it was transmitted generation to generation. It is transmitted generation to generation. You have a good habits, then I also observing and I also recognizing that you have a good habits. Then I also learns a lot from you. It is a learned behavior. It means it was practiced behavior. And next one is, it is a store house of pooled learning, where we are learning a lot from, that is a storehouse, where we are adopting, where we are capturing, that is said, it is a giving, it is given a lot of information from the society, then we are connecting to society. It is a storehouse or pooled learning. It is a complex phenomenon. It is found everywhere. Then it is said it is a collection of ideas, habits and customs. If I am saying that is the characteristics of the culture, it is a way of the thinking, believing and the feelings. It is a way of life, total we are observing from the society when we study of the society, and where we achieve a lot from the information, a lot from the behaviors, a lot from the aspects which are related to us, which are appreciates me towards a society. Then it is said a way of life. It is a transmitted generation to generation. Then I achieve an important aspect, then I transfer to another, that is the generation to generation it was transmitted. It is a learned behavior. When we observe from you, then it is said I have learned a lot from you. It is a storehouse or the pooled learnings, where we learn a lot from this society, that is a culture. Culture, according to the culture, we spend our whole life, as well as when we define of the well-being settles a way of life, then it is said you have a good cultures. If you are not adopting the good cultures, then you are not suffering, then you are not spending their life in a good manners. Then it is said it is the culture of the ideas, habits and the customs. If I am talking about the cultures, then it may be the ideas of the thinkers, ideas of the philosopher, ideas of the scientists, and ideas of every particular human being. And so you are connected to the habits, those who are achieving, those who are knowing, those who are searching, That is, the habits depends upon that particular persons which were observing from theirs, and it was transmitted to the one person to another person, and which customs I followed. So it is its major characteristic of the culture. I already told you about the characteristics of the cultures, but majority of the behaviors depends upon the animal society and the human society. What is said about the animal society, where we are majority of the behavior is inherited of the generally. Majority of behavior is instinctive, inherited, and generally it is based on the genetically patterns behaviors and the common or the normal number of the species. Then it is said the animal society, where the majority of the behavior is acquired by the behaviors makes a particular group of the society that is said distinct and unique. That belongs to the human society. It is a shared and transmitted amongst the members of the society. If I am saying about the culture, it is transmitted one person to another person's. Its members, those who are living in this society, it binds the member of the society. Another way, culture is a dynamic, it is a constantly changed. It is a constantly changed, but it makes each society of a group unique and distinct. Which type of your culture adopting, which type of your culture evolving, then it is said the society is differentiated from theirs. Society is grouped from theirs. So next point is major component of the culture. If we are dividing two types of it. First is non-material culture, it is a cognitive. Second is normative. What is said about the non-material cultures? It refers to the abstracts, entangles element of the cultures, where such as the way of the thinking, pattern of behaviors, and it includes normative and the cognitive dimension of the culture. Normative and cognitive. Thinking, way of culture, if I am talking about the normative cultures, this dimension includes social rules, social expectations, and its norms and values of the society, where we are understanding about the norms and values of society. Then it is said normative cultures, where we are learning, where we are adopting the cultures which is based on the social norms. It is a compulsory that you are doing this. It is a compulsory you have to do. All the members of the society which were connected to the social groups, then it is said they are social expectations of the proper behavior. Norms usually vary across from the society, then it is the same society across the different social groups. A social group is not necessarily actual behavior. Unwritten rules, most of the humans' actions, norms, governments. There are different types of the norms depending on the how strict they are. In a simple way, I am just telling to you three aspects of the culture or the dimension of the culture. First is the cognitive, second is the normative, third is the material. Cognitive, it is said that is the automatically behavior consisted in your minds. If a respected persons came to your house, then it is said you give the respects. This is your moral responsibility. Where you are achieving a lot of the behavioral aspects from your society, from your family, then it is said your cognitive aspects. Where the society is ruling according to the social norms and the values, where the society is based on the social norms and the values, that the culture is related to the normative culture. And the materials, where we are adopting a lot of things which are telling us about the cultures, that is said which type of the cultures we are achieving from the textual formats, which type of the textual formats telling about the cultures, and what were the socialization aspects in the society, how the human beings connected to the one person to another person, what were the aspects, what was the way. That is known as material cultures, where we are achieving a lot of the knowledge about the cultures. If I am saying about the ancients, if I am saying about the past culture, then it is said the culture is also imbibing in our country. So most of the patterns belong to the material, that is known as the material culture. First, cognitive cultures. If I am saying about the cognitive cultures, then cognitive means knowing, perceiving or convincing on act. Cognitive culture refer to the understandings to how the eliminate sense of all, that is the formations among to us from the environments. How we learn our procedures, what we hear to see, that is known as cognitive culture. So the different types of the norms, these are insisted in your book, these are mentioned in your book. First is the Parkway Moore's law. three different types of the norms. Folk way, it's referred to the traditional, customary way of the thinking. Feelings or the behavings, most of the peoples conforms to the folk way. Way of the habits, they are lesser order of the norms, because this is my traditions that belongs to the particular traditions, they have known as the norms. Most are higher order of the norms linked with the core value of a group. And the law, most formal definition of acceptable behavior, this is the rules, this is the regulations. It is a compulsory to adopting you, it is a compulsory to following by you. Then it is said, this is the rules, which was standardized expression of the norms, where it is also codified, has been given a sanction. Usually those norms are qualified as law. This is known as the law of norms. So thank you, have a nice day.